is Monawas. Today I'm going to present our individual presentation, which is under subject leadership. I am BME student in semester 7. So this presentation, I will present on how pandemic COVID-19 affected business in Malaysia. So, there are 4 parts that I will present. The first one is COVID-19 situation overview. The second one, action taken by owner or leader in business. The third one is aids provided by government to business. And the last but not least, the future of Malaysia. So, without wasting time, we proceed to the first part. As we all know, during this pandemic COVID-19, Malaysia have faced difficult situation when the Malaysia government imposed a movement control order, which is we can call it MCO. That required everyone to stay home with strictly no traveling, and non-essential business premises are ordered to close. This has greatly impacted the Malaysian small and medium enterprise. Project requests have slowed down. Even projects that were originally confirmed are now being rescinded due to budget cut or cancelled because they are now unable to meet their client timeline since they are forced to close the workshop. Many of the services are categorized under essential service. The loss in job and service requests have become more acute due to the movement restriction imposed, where workers will be stopped at roadblock and denied entry to property. Local supplies have also shut their door and forcing service professionals to reject even more business opportunity. Based on 2 surveys were taken at different times. The first one was before the movement control order, which is the blue color, was enacted on 18 March 2020. And the second one is around 1 week into the MCO. Before the MCO, majority 61.7% of business have been impacted negatively in the past 3 months due to the outbreak. Many experience a drop in incoming job requests as well as cancellation of existing leads. But after 1 week into the MCO, 91.1% of SME reported a negative impact to their business. Reasons vary from a reduction in demand, cancellation of projects, and travel of entry restriction imposed for the MCO. By this, we know that pandemic COVID-19 giving negative impact to the local business and as well as small and medium enterprise. For the second part, due to pandemic COVID-19, most of the business owner or leader are taking initiative by selling on e-commerce, whereby to survive in terms of self-management during this pandemic is to practice direct selling to the customer. One of the most effective ways is by selling on e-commerce platforms such as Shopee, Lazada, or even on Amazon. E-commerce has well documented that advances in internet technology allow firms to directly sell product to consumer through a consumer's platform, resulting in increased sales. And there are so many intermediaries involved, more costs will incur, making the price of the product increase when it arrives at the customer. Using e-commerce also comes with several economic benefits. These benefits include coupon, cashback, and discount. Additionally, economic benefit pertain to customer perceived economic benefit such as cost saving and discount for purchasing from e-commerce platform during pandemic period. Besides, some of owner or leader are investing in Facebook ads as more people spend time at home and on social media during the pandemic COVID-19. This is a good way to remind people that their business is alive and well, that they aim to be a very significant part of the new normal. Facebook ads in particular are quite affordable even for local business, and help them showcase and change they have made to their business or any COVID-19 exclusive discount or promotion they might be offering. Online ads have always been engaging, affordable, and well targeted, but now, more than ever before, they offer the ability to truly scale our business. Next is improving communication strategy. It is mean that they take the time to get to know their post-COVID-19 customer. One way to do this is to send out an email survey with questions there about their current priorities, pain point, and desire. Make them easy to answer, either multiple choice or choose a point on a scale, but keep some questions open-ended because this way they might discover a few golden nuggets of information about their customer. They can then use this information to rethink their communication strategy and serve their customer better. They may even give their ads, email video, webinars, and podcast video episode on overhaul, so they are keeping the current priorities of their customer in mind. Next is the owner or leader of the business also need to reset balance between standard operation and innovation. To sustain success in dynamic environment, company must balance two vital activities. They must run the business reliably and efficiently, and they must change the business rapidly and effectively. Too little focus on innovation lead to an statistic enterprise that will fail to adapt. Too little emphasis on operation lead to poor quality, high cost and dangerous risk to customer and to the business. The future in our business will not be all that different. It is likely to present companies with a series of unexpected challenges and opportunity, and business as usual will no longer be suspicion. Next is managing the uncertainty. On the strategy of business in terms of management is by managing the uncertainty. Uncertainty involves strategies and help firm either reduce risk management or cope with strategic management. Uncertainty reduction involves information gathering, collaboration of cooperating and networking, whereas uncertainty coping consists of flexibility, implementation, reactive collaboration of cooperation, control and avoidance. During this time, this reactive collaboration and cooperation is the most common strategy used by firms to handle environment of industry uncertainty. As an example, many SME in fashion industry have started making face masks and lab coats to meet the insatiable demand for this personal protective equipment. Similarly, many alcohol factories are now producing hand sanitizer. Let's go to the part 3. On this part, our government have prepared some of aids for the business in Malaysia. The first one is financing support. The second one is incentive. The third one is delaying loan payment. And the latest one is incentive and facilitate for women. On this financing support, WPS 3.0 subsidy of 600 ringgit Malaysia per employee earning under 4,000 ringgit Malaysia per month for up to a maximum of 500 employees. The second one is Pemakasa have prepared 600 each for per month for 6 months. Every employer will receive 200 for every gig workers they successfully hire to cover temporary work. And then for the incentive, to promote the creation of quality job and reduction employment among local, under the Penjana Kerjaya initiative, employers will be given an additional incentive of 60%. 40% will be channeled directly to employers, and another 20% Malaysianization program. Besides, Malaysian government also delaying loan repayment for SME whose income were affected by the pandemic. SME with the loan amount of up to 150,000 ringgit Malaysia can defer monthly installment for 3 months or reduce monthly installment by 50% for 6 months, which is starting from November 2020 to June 30, 2021. The latest of the initiative is the initiative and facilitate for women. This is to inspire a woman to become entrepreneur. The Dananita financing scheme will help intensify women participation in entrepreneurial activity. It can also help empower existing women entrepreneurs and increase their household income. There is also the Arahnu Macro Credit Program, a channel to raise capital for women business. It's where women who have to access to financial loan can trade their gold or valuable jewelry for capital instead. Additionally, an allocation of 10 million ringgit Malaysia in the form of a 70% matching fund for women entrepreneurs and self-employed women will also be provided under SOCSO, Self-Employment Social Security Scheme. Next is the last part, which is the future of Malaysia. During this stage, Malaysia are enter the recovery stage after the third wave outbreak. The severity of the COVID-19 impact of business is unprecedented. Weak economic and financial results, demand cutback, supply chain disruption, and knock-on effect of troubled sector on employment are challenging most economic. The start of journey toward economic recovery is contingent on rebuilding trust and confidence in the public and business realms and the deliberate intervention of the government. Business need to work hand in hand with the government to resume operation and kickstart economic activities. Meanwhile, the increasing need for higher technology capabilities to connect business customer and supply network in fast-tracking the world into digitalization. Across large SME companies, nearly half of the respondents have cited that a fall in demand in their key challenge. The action that being taken is half of the respondents noted that frequent communication with customer is key to planning and managing customer relationship. Over a quarter, 26% of large companies cited change in government policies as the most important assistance required, which include tax break, lower interest rate or fee waive for SME, releasing MCO restriction is the key. Next is based on the people. In near future, Malaysia will having problem in people with people. 32% of all large and listed companies have faced a downtime in their daily operation, while 31% of SME has experienced delay in completing tasks and projects. The action that have been taken is close to the third of all companies are changing their remote working approach with technical and connectivity support. Large and listed companies are also placing heavy emphasis on staying connected with their employees. The third one is supply chain. Large and listed companies cite delay in receiving supplies as the main supply chain challenge, while SME noted delay in fulfillment and delivery as the major challenge. Most, to overcome this problem, most large and listed companies are engaged in keeping supplier informed through dialogue session on supply chain issue. For SME, payment and other order have been deferred while requesting for discount from supplier. The fourth one is technology. Nearly a third of large and listed companies cite communication with customer and supply are major challenge, while SMEs highlighted WFH connectivity as a key issue. To overcome this problem, most of the companies are upgrading their technology and system and ensuring employees can connect. They need to improve connectivity in the priority need of business, followed by financial support in transitioning to technology-enabled process and system. Last but not least, the biggest challenge to every business are on financial issue, including cash flow, liquidity, delay in receivable, and declines in revenue. But nearly half of the all companies survive indicate that cost-cutting measures are a priority. Others including cash flow management, reprioritizing of business activity and investment, and adjusting wage of applying for wages subsidies, initiative which reduce financial burden or provide relief to loan and obligation of are a priority. So that's all from me. Thank you.